Hi there, Timothy Linsdau, video producer and a Christian. Well, today some more news about the border, being only a couple miles from the border and being acquainted with border personnel. What's going on today? Well, the longest cross-border tunnel discovered in San Diego, right? Probably not too far from where I live. Recently, I was just perusing the U.S. Customs and Border Protection site, and they're talking about this tunnel of theirs. One of the acquaintances I have in the customs said it's not uncommon for these tunnels to have been discovered for some time and either released or the news holds the release, who knows. Said it isn't always right on. But after a challenging multi-year interagency investigation utilizing technology, capabilities, intelligence gathering, and community outreach, U.S. Border Patrol and San Diego sector and partners have exposed the longest illicit cross-border tunnel ever discovered in the southwest border. Woo. Says, I am thrilled that as the high-level narco tunnel has been discovered and will be rendered unusable by cross-border smuggling. I am proud of the tremendous efforts of the Tunnel Task Force and our agents, said Deputy Chief Patrol Agent Aaron Heidke. Now, from what I've been reading, they have regular teams that do this stuff. These tunnel guys. They've been doing this for some time. I think, from the best I understand, the first tunnels were discovered in about 1990, and now it's in the hundreds. At least dozens, but more than likely over hundreds. But they've also been developing different kind of tunnels. A lot of these started out just like old gold mines. And you could probably relate it to that, because to the cartels, the amount of drugs trafficked through there would probably produce more than any gold mine ever would. What do you say to that? On with the tunnel, though. The tunnel originates in Baja, in Tijuana, Baja, the state in Mexico, Baja, California. It's in an industrial area, approximately 1.5 miles west of the Otay Mesa port entry. Now, following discovery in late August 2019, Mexican law enforcement identified the tunnel entrance, and members of the San Diego Tunnel Task Force began mapping the tunnel from Mexico. I've been told that one of the things they do quite commonly when they, at least on this side, wherever they end the tunnel, will come up in some warehouse somewhere that I suppose the cartel has gotten a hold of in some way or another, and border agents will be looking for certain trafficking coming from different warehouses if it gives them a hint that there might be some illicit traffic going on there. And then they'll start working on finding out if there is a tunnel and what's it all about. So being hidden in an industrial building in Tijuana is probably nothing new. The tunnel travels north into the U.S., bending slightly to the west towards the ocean and extending an astonishing 4,068 feet from the border, with a total length of 4,309 feet, over 3/4 of a mile. Now, the next longest tunnel in the U.S. discovered in San Diego in 2014 was 2,966 feet long. Now, while subterranean tunnels are not new occurrence along the California-Mexico border, the sophistication and length of this particular tunnel demonstrates the time-consuming efforts transnational criminal organizations will undertake to facilitate cross-border smuggling. The discovery underscores the importance of the partnership that government agencies has with the U.S. Attorney's Office, United States Border Patrol, Drug Enforcement, and regional agencies as a collaborative investigation and community outreach to key combating this type of threat. I assume the community outreach is whether you actually get a hold of somebody connected with it or people suspecting things. The tunnel, that is approximately 5.5 feet tall and 2 feet wide, has an average depth of 70 feet from the surface. It includes an extensive rail and cart system, forced air ventilation, high voltage electrical cables and panels, an elevator at the tunnel entrance, and a complex drainage system. Wow. An offshoot from the main tunnel was discovered at approximately 3,500 feet into the U.S. This offshoot traveled several feet, then came to an end without breaching the surface. The main tunnel extended under another city block, at which point agents discovered several hundred sandbags blocking suspected former exit of the tunnel in the Otay Mesa warehouse district within the U.S. I guess that's kind of what I was thinking. No arrests or seizures have been made in light of the discovery of the tunnel. Excuse me. As efforts go on, in their efforts to strengthen security on the border, Mexican drug cartels are forced underground to smuggle their deadly drugs in the United States, said DEA Special Agent in Charge John W. Callery. The sophistication of this tunnel demonstrates the determination and monetary resources of the cartels. And although the cartels will continue to use their resources to try and breach our border, the DEA and our partners in the Tunnel Task Force will continue to use our resources to ensure they fail, and that the border is secure, and that tunnels like this are shut down from the flow of the deadly drugs that come through them. Investigation continues, and they're confident their hard work and dedication to uphold the law will lead to future arrests and seizures. So, there you go. Borders under the... Well, it's hard to border a tunnel you don't know that's there. But I have heard of this stuff for quite a while, and it is. The more after Operation Gatekeeper, where they start putting up not only modern wall, double walls, the increased number of Border Patrol, I don't know, 3,000 more, 5,000 more, I don't know now, but they have really shut off, of course, the on-the-surface traffic. We used to, see crowds of people coming across at night. They would gather in the canyons during the day and wait till night and then flood over. And that's pretty much been eliminated in this area. Now, of course, it's a long border, and there's places of wilderness, long stretches of wilderness on this border for people to cross. Not necessarily unnoticed, but more of ease. Now, with the asylum caravans, that's turned into craziness where they come across in hundreds and 200s, get across the border, they stop, they surrender, say, I claim asylum, and then the border system has to work them all through. And that's where you get all the crazy news about separated kids and people not getting health care and on and on and on. And you're bound to get some of that because it overwhelms the border system. And it makes it difficult to keep up with all that. But fortunately now we see that Trump's pressure that he's put on Mexico, now Mexico has created a National Guard, as I reported before, out of their own military. And they're stopping people by the thousands that are rushing their southern border. And by stopping them there, prevents them from getting across Mexico into here. So, great, good for them. Glad to see them getting with it. So many of the border guys, border people I'd spoken to, they said, unfortunately, it was all about money on that side, paying off each other, but these tariffs that Trump has put on Mexico or threatens to put on Mexico, and the fact that he was able to put them on China and it's made a difference. Little old Mexico doesn't have much of a chance. So it seems to be waking up, trying to deal with this cartel and drug issue on that side. Much better to be dealt on that side than on this side. But that's where these tunnels are coming from. Things are more difficult, so they're pouring their efforts into making tunnels to ship their drugs through, and maybe even trafficking of human beings. Who knows? Love of money, the root of all evil. That's where all this is about. Just the dollar. Wow. all the murders and savagery that takes place, all over money. Such a shame. But anyway, there's a little bit of information about the now longest tunnel discovered, over 4,000 feet long. They'll take care of it and block it off, and I'm sure there'll be more. So thanks for listening. Like and comment on my videos, subscribe to my channel. That'd be terrific. Thanks a lot. Now get out there and make it a great day.